Hello, I'm Kads, and welcome to today's video. So it has been another 4 weeks, meaning it is once again time to pull some Soulstones in a Soul Chase tournament. For those who are less familiar, we can basically guarantee that that's going to be the trend going forward, because for the past, I think, 4 iterations or so, it has been 4 weeks apart. It started off being 6 weeks, but they condensed it down to 4, and that's been the pattern since then. Which is good, because that means that you can basically predict roughly how many Soulstones you're going to gather in a month's time or 4 weeks' time, so you can participate in the Soul Chases. Now, for myself, I regard the Soul Chase as the best, air quotes, opportunity for pulling Soulstones. They have offered rewards for pulling Soulstones in various other forms, whether it be the Soulstone Rush or part of Paths of Light or Decks of Fate and stuff like that. But I think that from a consistency standpoint, pun intended, the Soul Chase just offers the best bang for your buck, because you can really get lucky with Mortal Soulstones and thus have a decent shot based on RNG at some of the good rewards, or you might just get average luck and you could still target something lower here, being like the first Legendary Tome, which is what I always go for, or even just a Void Shard and some energy and some gems. Now, obviously, if you were to get super lucky and get really high tier souls, or if you were to spend money, of course, then you can get access to some of the higher rewards, which are pretty juicy in fairness to Mythical Tomes. They did add the second tier of Mythical Tome since the last iteration, but that's the only change. All the other milestones are the same. So now there's 2 Legendary Tomes and 2 Mythical Tomes up for grabs for those who have either been stockpiling for, I guess, 2 months, or if you're willing to spend money, of course, on buying Soulstones. So although the values haven't really changed at all, I do always like to showcase the fact that there is the Soulstone calculator, which will be linked in the spreadsheet, or linked in the description box down below. So you can come in here and you can tell how many average points you'll get for each of these Soulstone types, so 8, 55, and 320 respectively. And from there, we calculate how many you would need to summon in order to get, on average, one of these rewards. Now, if you guys want, I can add the 2500 Mythical Tome in there, but from a practical standpoint, it's going to be somewhere close to 300 mortals, which most of us probably won't have, myself included. So I can add it if you want it to, just so you can see the math and see how unlikely it is that you get there. But, you know, I'll leave that up to you guys in the comment section down below. And while we're here, let me just point out one of the primary reasons why I like the Soul Chase over the Soul Rush. Even though the Soulstone Rush is nice because you do know exactly how many points you're going to get based on how many Soulstones you have, because the point numbers are fixed, whereas with the Soul Chase, it's just dependent on the quality of the soul that you get, meaning it can swing from very low numbers to very high numbers very quickly. But the thing I want to highlight here, of course, is that the Legendary Tome here is about, what, let's say on average 110 Mortal Soulstones. But the Legendary Tome in the Soulstone Rush, at least the most recent iteration of it, is somewhere here, about 2,700 points, which is almost 270 Mortal Soulstones, which again is just a lot less practical. Granted, the Soulstone Rushes have appeared to be less often, and admittedly I haven't really kept track of the duration or time span in between those. I could probably look that up for next time, but you'd basically have to be sitting on your Soulstones for a few months to be able to guarantee yourself the Legendary Tome in terms of the Soulstone Rush. So I prefer trying every 4 weeks instead of waiting, 3 months or something in between the Soulstone Rushes just to get one Legendary Tome. So with that out of the way, let's talk about how many Soulstones we have picked up over the last 4 weeks. Now, regular viewers of this particular series will kind of know the trend, because we've been fairly consistent over the past 4 iterations of this, but in about 4 weeks, I usually gain somewhere between 70 and 80 Mortal Soulstones, and that is a combination of all the events and tournaments that drop them, doing 6 runs of Iron Twins every day, not 12 runs or anything like that. I don't spend the extra gems on that stuff. And then, of course, getting the rewards from Hydra every week. So in the past 4 weeks, we have gathered 75 Mortal Soulstones, and of course, we're only going to be pulling 70 because I do like to pull them in sets of 10s. So we're going to be pulling 70 of those. And then for the Immortal Soulstones, we had 7 last time, and I pulled 1, so down to 6, meaning we have gained 2 over the past 4 weeks. And of course, we have 0 Eternal Soulstones, because those are very hard to come by as a free-to-play player. But every once in a while, every 2 or 3 sessions, we happen to get one from a Titan event or something special like that. So without further ado, let's get into the summons. We'll make space along the way, and we're going to start off with the 70 Mortal Soulstones, and then we will proceed into the Immortals if there's a gap left to get to the 80 or 865 for the first Legendary Tome. So I think that first bit was 77, which is right around the average, which is a great start. We got 3 legendaries to go. Unfortunately, I do have Harima now, for those who know, and one of my more recent shard pull videos, but I already purchased her all the way up to 2 stars, so that is unfortunate. And I honestly might sell that because I don't really see a reason to have 2 Harimas. I'd probably, if I was ever so lucky, I'd probably start to empower her because she is such a powerful champion. Shamrock don't have, so not too excited about that, and 2-star Black Knight. But again, this is more about the points as far as the soul chase is concerned, and so the quality can vary greatly, but we do want to get much more points than 27, which is greatly unfortunate. I guess I didn't really talk about the epics there, but I don't think I saw anyone that was really worthy of mention. Deacon, pretty cool champion there, but I happen to have 5-star on him already, so a 1-star is not really that exciting. That's definitely going to be sold. 2-star Doom Priest, I think I have that one already. She's pretty good as well, particularly in Relentless, but I think I have a 2 or 3-star on her as well. So the more I've done this, the more I'm actually starting to get a relatively high amount of like mid-tier 2 to 3-star souls for a bunch of the epics that I regularly use, or at least the ones that I have ascended. This 10 pop is pretty bad. There's really not much to talk about. I mean, I guess a couple of 3-star epics was a pretty decent, but that was still below average in terms of points here. 68, we're still below average. And the way this kind of works is that you kind of need a big something, maybe like a 5-star, maybe not 5-star legendary, but like 5-star epic or something up there in that realm to kind of balance out the low rolls that you're going to get majority of the time, to really make it worth it. Maybe not worth it, but to make it, to make sure that you can get to some of the good rewards. But if we are short, then I guess we can just be short. So it is what it is. I can only pull what I have. So 3-star Turvold, pretty cool. I don't have him either, so that would be really sick to have. I think Lightning Cage probably be the way to go for him, since he needs all the buffs and stuff to power up his abilities. And then a couple of 1-stars for epics that I use for Faction Wars and beyond, so that might be nice just to give them a little extra stat boost or something. So go make some space, and then we'll get right back to the summons from the mortal category right after we collect these coins here. All right, so we're just over halfway through the mortals, and unfortunately we got a lot of low rolls, so we're only at like 200-ish points, and the goal is 800, so this might be one of those times where we just don't get there, but we'll see what happens in the back 9 here. So let's get back to it. First 10 pop here, 93. That is slightly above average. That's probably the main reason there, with the 1-star mythical and another legendary Cleopteryx. That's at least useful. She's on my Bommel team, so that might be a little bit of stat boosting there. A couple of epics that I do not use. Not much to say there. I obviously don't have any mythical champions, so any mythical souls, especially duplicates, because there's so few of them in the game, are practically useless. This was another low roll, so this is not looking good. Weregrin, one of the epics for the Lady Mikage fusion that I do not have. Tyrell, I think I might have a 3 or 4-star for him already, but if not, that'll be a slight upgrade to Cruelty. Another low roll. This is not looking good, folks. We might honestly, for the first time since we've started this series, we might actually not get to the legendary tome at 865. So not looking good. 1-star Seer. I know a lot of people will be happy about that, but I do have a higher tier soul for Seer, even though I don't really use her at all. Miscreated Monster, I probably have higher than that as well. So this has just not been a great session so far. So yeah, this is not looking very good. I checked in on the tournament and we are barely over 300 points, meaning we'd have over 500 to go just to get the first legendary tome. So I might pull a handful of the immortals and just see if we can get really lucky with like 5-star epics back to back or something. But if the writing's on the wall, then I think we kind of have to cut our losses a little bit early and just go for the void shard at the, I think, 545, something like that. So we'll kind of see it play it by ear here with a couple of immortals. And starting off with 3 is not great. So that's a 3-star rare, and that is a seducer. Not much to use for that. 6. This is... oof, this is bad. Okay. 4-star rare that was definitely going to be sold. Another 3. Yeah, I think the writing's on the wall. I might be willing... okay, that's the wish list at least. I might be willing to go down or like pull 5. So down to 3. Give it 2 more goes to kind of save itself here. 70. Okay, that's better. I guess that's a 5-star rare or 6-star rare for Valerie. Not a rare that I use. That is unfortunate. We hit All rares. Oh, well, that's another rare for sure. Oh, okay, 1-star epic maybe. A 3-star. Wait, 3-star epic is that low? Oh man. Okay, 12 the meme. Okay, well, I mean, we can check on the tournament, but gosh, that's as bad as it gets for 5 immortals. So did we even get anywhere? No, not even close. 545. We're at 459. I mean, we've already pulled 5 immortals, so I think we're just gonna call it there. Unfortunately, RNG was not with us this week, and that's how it can swing. Like I said, you do kind of need some high tier soul, 5-star epic, or 4-star legendary, or something, you know, whatever, 2-3-star mythical, something like that. You need something of the higher tier, higher levels to really balance out all of the crap that you get for the majority of the summons. And unfortunately, we did not get that balancing factor for this particular session. So we're just gonna have to cut our losses, unfortunately, here and walk away without the legendary tome for the first time. But that's just how the cookie crumbles. I guess we get an epic tome and some gems. So not the end of the world. I really do wish I could get the void shard, but considering how the first 5 immortals went, I don't really trust the last 3 to magically get me 100 points here. So I think we're just gonna cut our losses and call it there. Well, I do guess the one saving grace is that we did manage to get a decent chunk of coins, so we can convert all of that into essence. So another 49, basically 50 essence. And I'm saving up now to get a 3-star for my Harima, so that's going to cost 120. So 50 to go, which we'll acquire slowly over the next probably, I mean, I think I'll get to 120 before we have another session here. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. However, one more thing to discuss. It is now the end of November. I guess tomorrow technically is the end of November, but from a recording video standpoint, it's going to be the last video that I record in the month, meaning that Movember has come to a close, which is the reason that I do have this horrendous mustache. So if you'd like to learn more about Movember and what they stand for, then I invite you to click the link in the description box down below. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that, so there's no commission being paid to me. No sponsorship here. It's just a link to their website where you can check out what they stand for and how to participate, particularly for next year, because this year is basically over. Above and beyond active participation, there is also a charitable aspect of it, and what I pledged to do was that I would donate $2 on behalf of you guys for every subscriber gained for the entire month. And let's just use round numbers here. We went from around 790 to around 830. So that means that on your behalf, I will be donating a grand total of $80 to the Movember campaign. I guess I could wait until tomorrow, or at least after this video goes live, and see if the number creeps up a little bit. And I'll let you guys know what the, I guess, final total is. But nonetheless, I'll be sure to share that total with you guys in my next video. So of course, thank you to all the new subscribers over the past month, and welcome to the channel. Hopefully you enjoy the content. Obviously, the intent of subscribing to the channel is not to contribute to my donation, but I thought it was a fun way to deal with the charitable aspect of Movember. So as always, if you did find this video helpful, then be sure to hit that like button down below. And most importantly, if you enjoyed the video, then you can hit that subscribe button down below as well for more content just like this one in the future. Thanks for watching and have a good one.